Garry, if I had to think of just one word to summarise you, the word would be passion. Is that a fair comment?
No, the word would be fun.
Fun?
Fun, absolutely, and plenty of it.
Yeah? All right, well, define yourself. You've been in the motor racing game now for an incredibly long period of time with great success. It hasn't always been about fun.
There's always fun there somewhere. Occasionally you get a little disheartened, which is to be expected when it's not really going your way consistently. But you won't get to where you want to get if you sit in the corner and cry about it. And I just like to share my enthusiasm and fun with most people I'm involved with.
Stop!
It's a roll call to a degree of who's who in the sport. The young guys that you've helped bring in and crafted them into something and they've enjoyed long and successful careers. You must take a little bit of pride from that when you look out in this paddock at the moment at some of the guys that you've had through your school of hard knocks.
Yeah, look, I take an enormous amount of pride, not a little bit of pride. And people say to me, oh, I bet you got the shits when they blokes left. Well, the fact is I didn't. I mean, they'd given their everything while they were here and I'd given them everything that I could. But when the business became much more commercial, I couldn't compete in that era, but I didn't also feel, I mean, I would have been dirty if they hadn't done the job and then ran away for the money, but everybody that left my place left on good terms. Well, sorry, there was perhaps maybe one exception, but nearly everybody left on good terms because they'd done their bit, I'd done my bit, but that was as far as I could go financially for them. And when I look and see what they've all achieved, good on them, I reckon it's great.
Just some of those that have passed through the workshop. You mentioned Stephen Richards, you mentioned Jason Bright, you mentioned Garth Tander, but it's a long list, isn't it? You probably can't even recall them all.
Look, I honestly do forget.
I knew you'd struggle a bit because the thing is, there's just been so many. I can help you. People like Cam McConville, Jason Bargwana, Jamie Whincup.
Well, yeah, how smart was I? I tipped him out. That was my one big faux pas.
I wanted to talk to you about this because that's one that sort of got away. Then it's become a bit of an ancient memory for some. But I mean, that's one that has gone wrong, hasn't it? Because in the early part of his career, it didn't look like he was going to progress. He'd been a Formula Ford hero. You grabbed him, and then what happened?
Look, I get on really well with Jamie these days, and I talk to him, and there's no angst there at all. The fact is, he was just bloody hopeless. Not as a driver, but he just wouldn't listen. But obviously, I perhaps should have been a little more patient, but that isn't one of my virtues. I probably should have sat him down and patted him on the head and told him what a good boy he was and given him a kiss on the cheek. That's not me. This is how you do it. If you don't prepare to do that, you're gone, next.
So you look at him though these days, and I'm sure, like all of us, you've still got to dip your hat to what he's achieved.
Oh, fantastic. You know, and look, am I dirty on it? I'm not dirty on it. I could have kept him. I'm the one that got rid of him. I mean, he could have easily stayed and I could have been reaping these benefits. But the fact is I mucked it up.
And then you look at other people, like in the most recent chapter, McLaughlin. I mean, he's turned out to be a superstar. And in fact, this whole Volvo program that you're affiliated with now, we're into year number 2. It's been something of a revelation, hasn't it? The car's being competitive, this kid's a rock star. I mean, that's been a good move. Yeah, I'm not sure about the rock star and all those sorts of things. You know, I think he's a really sensible young guy and he can drive really well. I worry about the hero status. I mean, he will be a hero, nothing shorter than that, but I don't think he needs to be a hero just yet. I think he's just needs to keep going the way he's going. He's very sensible, very level-headed. And I just don't think that we need to get him or our team ahead of the game. We've just got to deal with it on a daily basis. Then I think both he and we will succeed. You're a successful guy who doesn't need to do this. But here you are in the paddock, week in, week out. What brings you back? I mean, why are you in the motor racing paddock instead of sitting back with the slippers on and watching television or watching it on telly? There are days where you don't quite get the satisfaction, because if you win, of course it's satisfying. And if you lose but you've given it your best shot, that's also very satisfying. But look, really, slippers are not me, dressing gowns are not me. I'd sooner be hanging around here, have a few beers at the end of the day, waffle a bit of crap with people like you and others who I have for years. And the day will come where I can't do it, and I just hope, well, I don't hope, I know. I'll be smart enough to know when I can't do it, but while I can, I want to do it and I want to enjoy it. We love your approach. It's always great to spend time with you. Thank you very much for it today. And I just want to finish with this little note here. And there's a placard at the front of the truck that I just want to draw everybody's attention to. And it reads, "Life is like a camera. Just focus on the good times, develop from the negatives, and if things just don't work out, take another shot.
Exactly.
That's you.
Cheers, mate.
That's you. Good on you, mate.
Good on you, mate.
Good to see you.